Hello and welcome to GeForce and our coverage of GDC 2019. I'm Julian here with Edmar from Impeller Studios, and we're going to talk about Starfighter Inc. So we've talked to you guys in the past, and there's some more announcements for it, but for those who are maybe new to our channel, why don't you just tell us, what is Starfighter Inc?
Starfighter Inc. is a hardcore space combat simulator based in multiplayer gameplay. It's brought to us by the designers of Crysis and X-Wing. It's an indie virtual team with a team working around the world, so it's an exciting project for this year for us.
So you say hardcore space fighter game. You know, I'm used to thinking of X-Wing, all those, classic games, but this is a different approach than those games in the past, which some of your team has actually worked on, right?
Yes, that's true. David Westman was a mission designer on the X-Wing games. Realism is something that really has been missing from space games that I grew up with, but also something that is hard to achieve today. Only now, with the advent of better engines, better tech, can we really replicate what it's like to fly in space and all the cool gameplay that happens as a result of having to actually adhere to realistic physics.
So, usually when we see a game where there's space combat, it's just basically like, a kind of a dogfighter-y, arcadey game, but then set in space. You guys are actually applying real physics. So what does that make gameplay like?
Well, it does take a little bit of training, so you have to practice a little bit before you're really comfortable with how the controls are and the movement of your ship. But what that means is that because there's a level of skill involved, it becomes a lot more rewarding to play. You can definitely jump in and get the hang of it really quick, but you can really differentiate yourself and work with teammates because that skill is required. Obviously, because we're focused on the realism in the gameplay, the really exciting thing for us is, and working with NVIDIA, with ray tracing, we're allowed to actually apply the realistic design to the visuals of the game. And with lighting, especially in space, is very dark, as you can imagine. There's really only one big light bulb, which is the sun. Everything else is really just receiving bounce lighting. So ray tracing is something that really opens up the door for a super immersive, realistic look and feel. Everything from the cockpits to inside the hangar to the actual gameplay in space.
Yeah, what's interesting though is you guys are going to be running on the newest version of Unreal Engine, Unreal 4.22. What's that going to be like for you guys to actually implement ray tracing as game developers?
Well, I got to tell you, the artists are super excited about it. We've been working with some really great cards from NVIDIA, and it allows us to implement things that they never thought would be possible, that are only really available to awesome studios like DICE. And for us to be able to work with that same technology is super exciting.
So you guys have been working on this game for quite a while. It was a Kickstarter-backed game. As soon as I hear realistic physics space fighter game, my ears perk up. I want to know, when can I actually play it?
Yeah, this year. So I'm happy to announce we have the final name of the game. Starfighter Inc. has been our working title, but we just received the trademark for In the Black, so that will be the final name of the game. We are hoping to release the closed beta to the general public in the summer, and then we're looking to release an early access type of version by the holidays this year, 2019.
Thank you guys for tuning in here on GeForce. Formerly Starfighter Inc., now going to be called In the Black, is going to be coming out, so keep your eyes peeled if you're a big space fighter nerd like me. Stay tuned to GeForce, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.